Hi, this is Derek Barkello. I'm the news editor at the News Tribune and the Times newspaper. I'm with Angel Patterson today, and she organized protests in Streator and Ottawa. And you have one in LaSalle scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday. And
Correct.
and you're working with your partner, Sandy Brown, of A&M
Yes.
Protesting. And what message are you hoping to get out?
The message we are hoping to get out, Derek, is to stop racism and equal and fair treatment among all, no matter what your race is, but to get equal and fair treatment for everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, do you think that message is getting out there now?
I'm hoping so. I've seen a lot of negative feedback, but I am hoping that ultimately our message will get out and that people will realize and hopefully stop, the biased behavior, treat everyone with equal and fair treatment. So I'm hoping to get that message across to everyone. And I'm hoping that it will eventually stop.
Yeah. And how many people have you had participate in each of the marches?
Oh, I believe Streator, we had a little over 50. And I want to say Ottawa, we had a really good turnout as well. Probably almost 100 individuals. We
Yeah.
had the pastors join us, the one in Ottawa. We had a few teachers, the police officers. We also had the sheriff of LaSalle County join us as well. So it was a really great turnout.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to have an even bigger turnout tomorrow.
And I mean, what have you taken away from the marches? What have you learned from having them?
I've actually learned that I guess I better say that I've discovered the unlikely. People that I thought would understand don't, and people that I thought wouldn't understand do.
Hmm.
I've also learned that some people are racist and don't even realize that they are. Um, that's what I've been learning over the. I mean, even if you just read your thread on the Times on Facebook, you can see it there. It's just people that you would think would understand just absolutely does not, and people that are really racist and don't even realize that they are.
Yeah. How do you keep enthusiasm for your message when you see messages like that on like the Times Facebook page, or you see it on Facebook elsewhere?
Actually, that makes me want to go more, and prove them all wrong. A lot of people have been very doubtful, very negative. Um, we have already proved them wrong. They were saying that we were going to loot, we will be violent, and I will never condone violence. We are fighting violence, so I will always be peaceful. We even had someone say on your Facebook page, "I dare you be peaceful." But when they're negative, that just pushed me and my partner more so we can continue to prove them wrong.
Yeah, and you stress the nonviolence before every protest that you have. It's in the flyers, it's in your Facebook messages. Why is that so important?
Because this protest stands for nonviolence, so I would never condone or behave in a manner we are fighting against. Plus, violence is not going to get our point across at all. So that's why I am totally against violence.
And you've worked with the police as well. And why is that important? Because they've been you've made them a part of each of your.
Yes, we have had police involvement, and I have to say the communication has been second class and unfair with the police. Some don't treat us like residents. But I believe this protest and the things that are currently doing will change that. I think it's very important to establish and cultivate a solid relationship with the police. I think that is very, very important. And I know that I'm not only speaking for myself, but my partner as well. We must make the police aware of our feelings and how Blacks are being treated in the community. And I truly believe that the chief of police, just communicating with him, the chief of police in Streator, that he's willing to work with us. But my partner will work with him more because she's in Streator. But the police chief here, the police chief here in Ottawa, Brent Rolson, I truly believe wants everyone to be treated equally and fairly. He even spoke at the protest last week, Tuesday, and I was very impressed with that, how he wants change and he wants everyone to be treated equally and fairly. He's a really good guy. But like I said at our protest last time, we also have to work with the police as well and do our part. We have to keep a line of communication. And we also have to remember, if we run across a cop that's doing any wrongdoing, we have to report it. And I'm hoping and I'm hopeful that if we report any unethical behavior, that the higher ups like Roseland that'll be their opportunity to coach their cops on different situations, so we will never have an incident like George Floyd. And I'm hoping that the police, by this protest, this will open their eyes and they start treating everyone, no matter what color is, the same. And hopefully every situation, they'll just treat it lawfully correct. And we also want to bring a message across to them that our color, the color of our skin, is not a crime. So please be fair with us and treat us equally.
Yeah. And do you think the protests, having, being able to have conversations with them, openly like this, I mean, do you think that's helped out?
I do believe it is working. And I believe building that rapport and continuously keeping, like I said, that open line of communication when someone believes that they're being treated unethically or not fairly, I think that is going to be a big step. And like I said, I believe just having a little conversation that I did with the police chief in Streator and then the chief here in Ottawa, I truly believe that they want to change. And they want to make sure that everyone is treated equally and fairly.
Yeah. And I know, living in a small town like we are, a lot of people don't believe that racism is an issue here. And I mean, would you be able to help them in saying, in what ways that it occurs?
Yes. And I have to say, Derek, majority of the people, no, they do not believe there's a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's because they have never experienced it. So they don't think it's in their little bedrock town. I look at it like this: racism and COVID, they kind of have similarities. People don't believe it exists if it has not affected them personally. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of here. A lot of them, we don't have that problem here. We absolutely do have that problem here, Derek. Mm-hmm. And yes, I could give them plenty of examples. I can tell them things that I personally experienced, not only myself, but Saturday I had a conversation with a lot of Black individuals that are here in this community. And I can say that it definitely exists here.
Yeah. What's a common example, just to give people an idea?
A common example would be even just going into the local Kroger's. I can give you an example. There's been plenty of time where I've been singled out or followed. In fact, by one employee, I've been singled out quite a few times. In fact, I even witnessed her do it to someone else. And as we were approaching to leave the store, I did stop the lady. Derek?
Yes.
Oh, are you there? I thought I lost you. Sorry. And I stopped the lady and I said, "Hey, can I ask you a question? Does she do that to you a lot? Like, it's self-checkout and she's all over you?" And she said, "She does that to me all the time." And I've actually observed that she only does it to the Black, well, what I've seen, she only does it to the Black customers. There's been situations even applying for jobs. They don't look at our qualifications, they look at our color and pass us up. And that's part of the reason why we're protesting, so that behavior can stop. When we go into the store, don't single us out, don't stereotype us. We're here, look at us like a normal customer, like you do everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, what do you think? I mean, what are you hoping can can happen out of the protests? I mean, what what are you hoping that we can achieve by having them?
Right now, I'm hoping we can achieve to stop racism. Right now, our focus is justice and equality.
Yeah,
And that's our main goal right now. And for all of us to be treated equally across the board, no matter what your skin color is. When I walk down the street, I don't want anyone to look at me any differently as if my neighbor was walking down the street, or if I'm driving, don't stereotype me, you know, the same with my daughter. I want her to be able to walk down the street, go jogging, go watch birds, simple things like that that you've seen over the local news that Black people can't even do.
yeah. And what do you think? I mean, what's it gonna take to get there?
I think to continuously protest, speak out. We can't be silent about this. We have to speak out about it. And, I think speaking out is going to be very important because, like I said earlier during the interview, a lot of people are racist and don't even realize that they are. So hopefully, us speaking up and speaking out will help them realize and change their behavior.
Yeah. And then you have the protest scheduled for tomorrow in LaSalle. What time is that
Yes,
scheduled for?
that it's at 3 o'clock in LaSalle. We're going to meet at Pulaski Park. And then we're going to continuously there do protests for quite a while. And then our next movement will be fair labor, fair education, and fair housing. That's something that we want to focus on as well. We want our kids to be able to go to school without being mistreated. We want our fellow Blacks to be able to go in for jobs. And I'm not saying hire them because they're Black. I'm saying hire them because they're qualified.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And
there.
that's,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, you can go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying that there's a larger social. There's some things that have to be done socially too. Is is what you're saying? It's a bigger issue and has different levels.
Yes, it's much bigger and much more broader than what we're doing now. Right now, we're going to focus on the justice, and then next, the justice and equality. And then next, like I said, our next movement will be focused on the fair labor, fair education, and fair housing.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I appreciate you coming on to speak with me today. Is there anything
It's my
else?
pleasure.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just really appreciate those that have been supportive of us in the community, and if they would continue to be supportive, we would really appreciate it. Derek, I haven't told anyone this, but I will share with you. We are thinking about doing a community gathering where we want to bring the entire community together, um, a rainbow of people, so everyone can kind of get to know each other. That way, when someone's walking down the street or walking in the store, you're not afraid of them, because a lot of people are ignorant to a lot of things because they don't know. They never really got to chance to meet someone Black. They never had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with them. They can only judge them by what the media is saying. So I want to change that. And I'm hoping to do a big community event. I've already spoke with the police chief about it. Nothing is set in stone yet, but that is something that I'm working towards right now.
Yeah. And would that be in Ottawa then?
Yes, it would be in Ottawa. And I would definitely keep you posted on everything.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just want to bring change within a community. I want everyone to, you know, just be equal and everyone to, not be silent. When you see something wrong, speak up. And I believe if we continue to speak up and speak out, things will change.